Before going through the problems, I will briefly explain how to solve exact differential equations and how to convert non-exact differential equations into exact differential equations by using integrating factors. You have to follow the steps given in this slide. I have placed a link to download this slide in the description of the video. Suppose we have been given a differential equation in the form m dx plus n dy equal to 0. Now, to check whether this differential equation is an exact differential equation or not, we have to partially differentiate m with respect to y and n with respect to x and check whether these partial differentiations are equal. That is, we have to calculate del m by del y and del n by del x, and if those two partial derivatives are equal, then this ODE m dx plus n dy equal to 0 is an exact ODE, and if it is exact ODE, we will follow step 3 and step 4 to solve the ODE. Now, from calculus we know that for a function u of xy, the differential of the function u can be written as del u by del x dx plus del u by del y dy. It is also called a total differential of the function u of xy. Now, if we assume this del u by del x equal to m and this del u by del y equal to n, then this differential of u du can be written as du equal to m dx plus n dy, which is written right here by assuming del u by del x equal to m and del u by del y equal to n. Now, in the question we have been given that this m dx plus n dy equal to 0. So, we can write here equal to 0, that means du equal to 0, and if du equal to 0, then the solution is u equal to constant. Now, all we have to do is find a u such that its partial derivative with respect to x is this first function m of the ODE, and the same function u, its partial derivative equal to n, which is the second function of the ODE. So, if we find this u, then u equal to constant is our solution. So, for this we can take this partial differential equation, that is del u by del x equal to m, and if del u by del x equal to m, from there we can write u equal to integration of m dx plus a constant k, which is a function of y. Now, since while differentiating we take y equal to constant for partial derivatives, so while integrating also this m dx integration will assume y equal to constant, that is any terms of y in this function m will be treated as a constant. Now, this ky is the constant of integration. Now, since this is a partial differential equation with respect to x, that is why this constant of integration is a function of y. We can see that from here, if we differentiate this u with respect to x, we will get del u by del x equal to this first term, which let us ignore, plus this second term differentiation with respect to y, that is del ky by del x. Now, since this ky is a function of y, this del ky by del x equal to 0, and this is exactly what happens when we differentiate a normal equation. This constant of integration reduces to 0. So, you have to remember that if the partial differential equation is with respect to x, then this constant of integration will be a function of y, and also while integrating this m dx we will take y equal to constant, which is written right here, that is u equal to integration of m dx treating y equal to constant plus k of y. In the same manner, if we take this differential equation del u by del y equal to n, then we can write del u by del y equal to n, from which u equal to integration n plus a constant of integration which is a function of x, that is L of x. Same thing is written over here. Now we can use any one of the following formulas, either formula 1 or formula 2, to find the provisional value of u. It is not the final value of u because we still do not know the value of k of y or L of x, which we will find out in the next step. Now if we have used the formula A, then in the next step we will differentiate this u with respect to y, that is we will calculate del u by del y, and from here we know that del u by del y equal to n. So we will use this equation to calculate del u by del y and equate that to this n, and from this equation, that is del u by del y calculated from this A equal to n, from that we can find the value of ky. We will see how to do it while solving the problems. And if you have used the second formula, then we still do not know the value of Lx. So we will partially differentiate this u with respect to x, that is we will find del u by del x from this formula and equate that to this m, and from this we can find the value of Lx. This procedure we can understand better while solving the problems. Now this k of y or L of x, whichever formula that we have used, this can now be replaced in this formula A or B to find the final value of u, because this first term we have already calculated in step 3, this k term or L term we will find out in step 4, and then we will write the final value of u, that is this first term plus this second term, and as we have discussed here that the solution will be the u value that we have found equal to constant, that will be the solution. Whatever u we have found here, that u equal to constant will be the solution of this ordinary differential equation given here. Now what happens if this ordinary differential equation is not exact, that is if we find out del m by del y and it is not equal to del n by del x, then we will follow this step given in the next slide. This next slide is about reduction of non-exact differential equations to exact differential equations by using integrating factors. Now suppose we have been given this differential equation p dx plus q dy equal to 0, and here if we calculate del p by del y and del q by del x, those are not equal, that is the differential equation is not exact. Then we have to find a function f such that if we multiply this differential equation with f, that is we will multiply it here, also here and also here, obviously the right hand side becomes 0 and we get the differential equation f p x plus f q y equal to 0. And if we can find such a function f, so that by multiplying it to p and q, now this equation f p x plus f q y becomes exact differential equation, that is now this partial derivative of f p with respect to y and f q with respect to x are equal, then this f of x y is called an integrating factor. So what is the integrating factor? Integrating factor is a function of x and y such that if we multiply that integrating factor to a non-exact differential equation, it reduces into a exact differential equation. So now we have del by del y of f p equal to del by del x of f q, which has been written here. Now let us assume f y is partial derivative of f with respect to y, that is in this notation del f by del y we write as f subscript y. Then if we use the product rule of differentiation on the left side, this will be f multiplied by partial derivative of p plus p multiplied by partial derivative of f, which is written right here, that is p multiplied by partial derivative of f with respect to y and f multiplied by partial derivative of p with respect to y. Similarly, we calculate the right side, that is q multiplied by partial derivative of f with respect to x and f multiplied by partial derivative of q with respect to x. Here the subscripts denote partial derivatives. Now this equation will be rather unuseful to us because it will be too complicated to solve usually, but if we assume that this f of x y either depends on x or depends on y, that is this f of x y is either a function of x or it is only a function of y, then this equation will be useful to find the integrating factor. Now, let us assume that f only depends on one variable, that is x or y. If f is only a function of x, that is if f equal to f of x, then obviously its partial derivative with respect to y will be 0 and f of x equal to f dash, because if f is only a function of x, then del f by del x equal to df by dx, that is for a function of one variable the partial derivative and the ordinary derivative are equal. So, f of x can be written as f dash, where f dash is the ordinary derivative of f with respect to x, that is df by dx. So, this equation now we can write this first term fy becomes 0 and this term fx becomes f dash, and this can be written as pyf equal to f dash q plus qxf. By rearranging this equation we can write f dash by f equal to py minus qx by q. We have taken all the f terms to the left side. This f dash equal to df by dx, so this can be written as 1 by f df by dx equal to py minus qx by q. Now, if this right hand side is a function of x, then this becomes a separable type differential equation, because we can take this dx to the right hand side and this will be 1 by f df equal to a function of x, let us assume gx dx, and now this is a separable differential equation which we can integrate both sides to find the integrating factor f. Similarly, let us assume that the function f is only a function of y. Now then f subscript x, that is partial derivative of f with respect to x equal to 0 and fy equal to f dash or df by dy. So, in this equation we can put fy equal to f dash and fx equal to 0. So, this equation reduces into this. After rearranging we get this one, and if this right hand side now is a function of y only, then from here we can take this dy to the right hand side, and this differential equation is a separable type differential equation which we already know how to solve, and the integrating factor f can be found. So, either by following this first or this second method we can find the integrating factor. Now, in some problems we will get the answer easily by assuming f is only a function of x, that is f equal to fx, and in other problems we can find the integrating factor easily by assuming f is a function of y. So, if we follow the first method and fail, we can try the second method to find the integrating factor. We will see how to do it while solving the problems. Now, one important thing to remember here is that while solving these differential equations and finding f, we do not need to consider the constant of integration c. Now, the reason you will understand better while solving the problems. We can see from here that this left hand side becomes ln f and this right hand side py minus qx by q we have taken as g of x. So, if we follow this first method, the solution will be of the form f of x equal to e to the power integration of this factor py minus qx by q dx. This we can calculate only if this py minus qx by q is a function of x. Similarly, for the second method, the integrating factor f will be e to the power qi minus py by p dy, and this we can calculate only if this qx minus py by p is a function of y. So, either you can remember these formulas for integrating factors fx and fy, or it will be easier if you follow the steps that I have told you right now. You will see how to go ahead without remembering the formulas while we are solving the problems. Now that we have found the integrating factor f, all we have to do is multiply this integrating factor to this non-exact differential equation p dx plus q dy equal to 0 to obtain this exact differential equation f p dx plus f q dy equal to 0. And now we can solve this exact differential equation by using the methods that we have discussed in slide 1. So, all we have done here is find the integrating factor and multiply the integrating factor by the non-exact differential equation to obtain a exact differential equation of the form fp dx plus fq dy equal to 0, and will follow the same steps as we have discussed in slide 1. Now, there are a lot of formulas in these two slides. You can either remember these formulas by heart, or you can just understand the steps that we have taken in these two slides. Then you do not have to remember any formulas. You will see how to proceed without remembering any formulas to solve exact and non-exact differential equation using integrating factors. For questions 1 to 14, the statement of the question is test for exactness. If exact, solve. If not, use an integrating factor as given or obtained by inspection or by the theorems in the text. Also, if an initial condition is given, find the corresponding particular solution. Problem 1. The differential equation given is 2xy dx plus x square dy equal to 0. Here this first one is m and the second one is n. M is the coefficient of this dx term and n is the coefficient of this dy term. So, if we find del m by del y, that will be equal to del by del y of 2xy. Now, for this partial derivative, we have to take x as constant. So, this becomes 2x multiplied by del y, which is 1. Similarly, we will find del n by del x, which is equal to del by del x of x square. There is no y term here. So, this x square will be differentiated with respect to x, which is equal to 2x. Now, these two are equal, that is del m by del y equal to del n by del x. These two are equal. So, therefore, this is the exact differential equation. Now, we have to find a function u such that del u by del x equal to m or 2xy and del u by del y equal to n equal to x square. From this first equation, we have u equal to 2xy dx integration plus k of y. For this integration, we take y equal to constant. Now, since y is a constant, we take it out of the integration, and the integration of 2x dx is 2 multiplied by x square by 2 plus k of y, which is equal to y x square plus k of y. Now, we have u. Now, we can partially differentiate this u and we write this implies del u by del y equal to, for partial differentiation with respect to x, we consider x equal to constant. So, we take x square outside the differentiation and del y by del y equal to 1 plus del k by del y. Now since k is only a function of y, this del k by del y equal to dk by dy. So this is equal to x square plus dk by dy. Now this del u by del y equal to n, which is equal to x square. So this we can write equal to n equal to x square. This x square and x square term cancel out, and we have del k by del y equal to 0, or k equal to a constant. So now we can plug this k equal to constant in this provisional value of u to obtain u equal to y x square plus constant. Now we know the solution is of the form u equal to constant. So we can write u, which is equal to y x square plus c equal to constant. This constant term we can take to the right hand side and write constant minus constant, and constant minus constant is constant. So this becomes y x square equal to constant, and this is the solution of the ODE. We can express this in explicit form as y equal to c by x square in explicit form. Question 2. The ODE given is x cube dx plus y cube dy equal to 0. So this is x cube equal to m, y cube equal to n, and we can find del m by del y, which is equal to del by del y of x cube, which is equal to 0. Similarly, del n by del x equal to del by del x y cube, which is also equal to 0. So del m by del y equal to del n by del x. That means this is the exact ODE. Now we have to find a u such that del u by del x equal to this first term m, which is equal to x cube, and for the same u, del u by del y equal to n, which is equal to y cube. From this first partial differential equation, we have u equal to integration of x cube dx. Now we don't have to assume y equal to constant because there is no y term here. So plus k of y, which is equal to x to the power 4 by 4 plus k of y. This is the provisional value of u. Now we can calculate del u by del y, which is equal to del by del y of x to the power 4 by 4 plus k of y, which is equal to, this first term is only x term, so its partial derivative with respect to y will be 0. So this is equal to 0 plus dk by dy, because k is only dependent on y. And now we know that this del u by del y equal to n. So this is equal to n, which is equal to y cube. So from this we can write dk equal to y cube dy, integrate both sides, and we obtain k of y equal to y to the power 4 by 4 plus a constant of integration. Let us assume C1. Now we take this ky, put this in this equation. Now you have u equal to x to the power 4 by 4 plus ky, which is y to the power 4 by 4 plus constant of integration C1. Now we know the solution will be of the form u equal to constant. Let us assume the constant as C2. So from here we can write u equal to x to the power 4 by 4 plus y to the power 4 by 4 plus C1 equal to C2. We can take this C1 to the right hand side and we can write the solution as x to the power 4 by 4 plus y to the power 4 by 4 equal to, let us assume C2 minus C1 as another constant C3, and also we can write x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 equal to, we take this 4 to the right hand side and multiply it by C3, which will result in another constant. Let us take it as C, and this is the implicit form of the solution. We can get the explicit solution by expressing y as a function of x by taking this x to the power 4 term to the right hand side, taking its 1 by 4 power. Question 3. Sin x cos y dx plus cos x sin y dy equal to 0. This is m and this is n. We will calculate del m by del y, which is equal to del by del y sin x cos y. X is constant, so sin x is also constant. So this becomes sin x multiplied by derivative of cos y with respect to y, which is minus sin y. So this is equal to minus sin x multiplied by sin y. Similarly, we calculate del n by del x, which is equal to del by del x of cos x sin y. Y is a constant, so sin y is also a constant. Sin y multiplied by derivative of cos x with respect to x, which is minus sin x minus sin x sin y. These two are equal, that means del m by del y equal to del n by del x. Therefore, the given ODE is a exact ODE. Now we have to find a function u such that del u by del x equal to m, which is equal to sin x cos y, and for the same function u, del u by del y equal to n, which is equal to cos x sin y. Now from this we can write u equal to integration of sin x cos y dx, assuming y equal to constant, plus k of y, which implies u equal to, now since y is constant, cos y is also constant, and integration of sin x dx is minus cos x plus k of y, which is equal to minus cos x cos y plus k of y. Now from this value of u we calculate del u by del y, which is equal to del by del y of minus cos x cos y plus, which is equal to, For partial differentiation with respect to y, we assume x is constant, so this is equal to minus cos x multiplied by derivative of cos y, which is minus sin y, plus dk by dy. This is equal to cos x multiplied by sin y plus dk by dy, and del u by del y equal to n, so this is equal to n. From here we can write cos x sin y plus dk by dy equal to n, which is cos x sin y, so this is equal to cos x sin y. So from left and right, this cos x sin y term cancels out, and this implies dk by dy equal to 0, which implies k is a constant. Let us assume C1. Now from here we have u equal to minus cos x cos y plus ky, so this is equal to minus cos x cos y plus k1 is a constant C1, so C1. We know that the solution is u of xy equal to constant, which implies minus cos x cos y plus C1 equal to constant, which implies minus cos x cos y is also a constant. We multiply minus 1 in the left and right hand side, and we obtain cos x cos y equal to constant, and this is the solution of the differential equation. You can express this solution in terms of y equal to f of x, that is explicit form of the solution if you want. Question 4, e to the power 3 theta whole into dr plus 3r d theta equal to 0. We can expand this equation and we can write e to the power 3 theta dr plus 3r e to the power 3 theta d theta equal to 0. Here let us take this r as the first variable, similar to x in our previous problems, and theta as the second variable, similar to y. So this will be equal to n and this is equal to m. So we have m equal to e to the power 3 theta and n equal to 3r e to the power 3 theta. We calculate del m by del theta similar to del m by del y, which is equal to del by del theta of e to the power 3 theta, which is equal to 3 e to the power 3 theta. We can also calculate del n by del r, which is equal to del by del r of 3r e to the power 3 theta. In this differentiation, theta is a constant, so we write 3 e to the power 3 theta multiplied by del r by del r, which is 1. So this is equal to 3 e to the power 3 theta, and these two are equal. That means del m by del theta equal to del n by del r. That means the differential equation in the question is the exact differential equation. Here all we have done is we have taken partial derivative of m with respect to the second variable, this one, and partial derivative of n with respect to the first variable, that is r. Now we have to find a function u of r theta such that del u by del r, that is differentiation of u with respect to the first variable, is equal to m, and del u by del theta equal to n, that is differentiation of u with respect to the second variable theta equal to n. Now from here we can write del u by del r equal to m, which is e to the power 3 theta, which means u equal to e to the power 3 theta dr integration plus k of theta. Because this derivative was with respect to r, so the constant of integration will be a function of theta. Now in this function there is no r term, so this e to the power 3 theta is a constant, because in this integration we will assume theta equal to constant. So this is equal to e to the power 3 theta multiplied by r plus k of theta. So we have found a provisional value of u. Now we will take partial derivative of u with respect to the second variable, which is del u by del theta equal to del by del theta of e to the power 3 theta r plus k theta. Now this is equal to r 3 e to the power 3 theta plus dk by d theta, which is equal to n, and which is equal to 3r e to the power 3 theta. And this term are equal, which cancels out, and from here we obtain dk by d theta equal to 0, which implies k equal to constant c1. This value of k we can replace in this provisional equation of u, and we obtain u equal to r e to the power 3 theta plus k, which is c1, and we have the equation of solution. So solution is u of r theta equal to constant, assume it c2, which implies r e to the power 3 theta plus c1 equal to c2, which implies r e to the power 3 theta equal to constant by taking this c1 to the right hand side, and this is the solution of the differential equation in implicit form. Question 5. X square plus y square dx minus 2xy dy equal to 0. Here x square plus y square is m and minus 2xy is n. So we have m equal to x square plus y square and n equal to minus 2xy. So if we calculate del m by del y, that will be equal to del by del y of x square plus y square, which is equal to 2y, because in this partial differentiation x is constant. Similarly, we can calculate del n by del x, which will be equal to del by del x of minus 2xy, and y is constant in this differentiation. So, 2y multiplied by del x by del x, which is 1. So, we see that del m by del y is not equal to del n by del x. So, these are not equal. That means the differential equation is not exact. Now, as we had discussed in the starting of the chapter, since the differential equation is not exact, we have to find the integrating factor. Now, let us assume f of xy, a function, as the integrating factor. Now, if f of xy is the integrating factor, then multiplying this f with this original ODE will give us a exact equation. That means, if we multiply f with m dx plus n dy, this will give us a exact differential equation. Now, if this is the exact differential equation, we should have del by del y of fm should be equal to del by del x of fn, which implies fym plus myf equal to fxn plus fnx, where the subscript means partial differentiation with respect to that variable. Now, if we assume that f equal to f of x, that is only dependent on x, then we have its partial differentiation with respect to y equal to 0 and fx equal to f dash, as we had discussed in the theory at the beginning of the chapter. So, this term becomes 0 because fy is 0 and this fx is f dash. So, from this we write myf equal to f dash n plus f nx, which implies f dash n equal to my minus nx whole into f, which implies f dash by f equal to my minus nx divided by n, and from here we can write f dash by f equal to my is del m by del y, which we have calculated here, it is 2y. This nx is del n by del x, which is minus 2y. So, we will write minus 2y in brackets divided by n, which is minus 2xy. This right hand side can be written as 4y divided by minus 2xy. Y cancels from numerator and denominator and we get minus 2 divided by x. Now, since this right hand side term is only dependent on x, we can solve this differential equation. We can write f dash is df by dx. So, we will write 1 by f df by dx equal to minus 2 by x. We will take this dx term to the right hand side and we can write df by f equal to minus 2 by x dx. this is a separable differential equation and we have separated the variables f and x and we can integrate both sides. Left hand side is natural log of f ln f and right hand side is minus 2 integration of dx by x, which is ln x. Now for this integration, while calculating the integrating factors, we do not need to consider the integration constant. That is, while calculating f, we do not have to write plus a constant c1. We can obviously write it, but it would not make any difference. We will see, if we write the constant, then the right hand side can be written as minus 2 natural log of x and c1 can be written as natural log of another constant c2, and from this we write natural log of f equal to natural log of x to the power minus 2 plus natural log of c2. The right hand side can be written as natural log of x to the power minus 2 c2. So, if natural log of f equal to natural log of x to the power minus 2 c2, and this implies f equal to x to the power minus 2 c2, that is the integrating factor is x to the power minus 2 c2. So, we have obtained the integrating factor multiplied by a constant, which is the constant of integration. However, if we multiply this f to this differential equation, that is, we will multiply x to the power minus 2 c2, then this c2 term we can take to the right hand side and 0 by c2 is c2. So, x to the power minus 2 can be left on the left hand side. Integrating factor when multiplied by an arbitrary constant is also integrating factor to the differential equation. So, we can multiply any constant to the integrating factor x to the power minus 2 and that would also be a integrating factor to the differential equation. That is why, for simplicity, we do not need to consider this c1 or any constant of integration while calculating the integrating factors. That is why we strike off these steps and from here we write natural log of f equal to minus 2 natural log of x and we ignore the constant of integration, and from here we can write natural log of f equal to natural log of x to the power minus 2, which implies integrating factor x equal to x to the power minus 2. You can remember that we have taken an integrating factor which is only a function of x, and that is what we got. The integrating factor is only a function of x. Now, if we multiply this x to the power minus 2 to the non-exact differential equation, then that would reduce it into an exact differential equation, and we know how to solve that exact differential equation. So, x square plus y square dx minus 2xy dy equal to 0, and this is a non-exact differential equation. We multiply both sides by the integrating factor x to the power minus 2 multiplied by x square plus y square dx minus 2xy dy on the left hand side, and right hand side we can write 0 multiplied by x to the power minus 2. Right hand side obviously becomes 0 and left hand side we can write x to the power minus 2 multiplied by x square plus y square is 1 plus y square divided by x square whole into dx minus x to the power minus 2 multiplied by 2xy is minus 2 y divided by x dy equal to 0. Now, this is a exact differential equation. You can verify by taking this first one. Let us assume this one is p equal to 1 plus y square by x square, and this one let us assume as q, and q equal to minus 2 y by x. You can verify that del p by del y equal to del q by del x. You can verify this step. We are going to skip this step because we know that multiplying the integrating factor by the original ODE will give us the exact differential equation. Now, if this is the exact differential equation, we can have a function u such that del u by del x equal to this p right here and del u by del y equal to this q right here, p equal to 1 plus y square by x square and q equal to minus 2 y divided by x. So, from this first equation we can write u equal to integration of 1 plus y square by x square dx, and while integrating we keep y equal to constant plus k of y. Now, the right hand side equal to 1 dx is x, y is a constant. So, y square we take outside of the integration, and x to the power minus 2 dx can be written as minus 1 by x plus k of y, which is the constant of integration, and this is equal to x minus y square by x plus k of y. Now, we can differentiate this u with respect to y, and we can write del u by del y, which is equal to del by del y of x minus y square by x plus k, which is a function of y. X is a constant, so its partial derivative with respect to y becomes 0. Here x is a constant, so we take minus 1 by x to the outside, and y square its partial derivative will be 2y plus, since k is a function of y, that can be written as dk by dy, and this is equal to minus 2y by x plus dk by dy, and we know that this del u by del y equal to q. So, this is also equal to q, and from here we can write minus 2y by x plus dk by dy equal to q, which is minus 2 y by x. This minus 2 y by x term cancels from the left and the right hand side, and we write k equal to constant as the solution, or k equal to, let us take a constant C1. This value of C1 we can replace here, that is the provisional value of u, to get the final value of u. So, u equal to x minus y square by x plus constant C1, and we know that the solution is u equal to constant, which implies x minus y square by x equal to constant, and this is the solution of the differential equation in implicit form. You can express this function as y equal to f of x format, which will be the explicit form of the solution. You can see, while solving the problem, you have not used any direct formula from the book. Remembering the formulas is difficult. Also, while remembering the formula, you just mug up the formula and don't really understand what really is going on while solving the problem. This method is quite lengthy, however, is intuitive and is easier to understand and is easier to remember. So, while solving the problems in this chapter, we are going to follow this method only. You can obviously remember the formulas if you want and skip the steps and directly put the formula to get the answers. Question 6. The differential equation given is 3 whole into y plus 1 dx equal to 2x dy. Now we can rewrite this equation as follows, that is 3 whole into y plus 1 dx minus 2x dy equal to 0. This is the standard expression that we had studied in the theory, that is m dx plus n dy equal to 0. This is in that form right now. So, this is equal to m and this minus 2x is equal to n. So, from here we can write m equal to 3 whole into y plus 1 and n equal to minus 2x. We will check the exactness of this equation and we can see del m by del y equal to this 3y term can be differentiated and the result will be 3, and 3 can be differentiated with respect to y to get 0. So, del m by del y equal to 3 and del n by del x, if we differentiate with respect to x we get minus 2. We see that del m by del y is not equal to del n by del x. So, therefore, the equation is not exact, this differential equation right here. So, we have to find the integrating factor. However, integrating factor has already been given in the question. You can see that the integrating factor that has been given, that is f of x y equal to y plus 1 whole into x to the power minus 4. You can see that this integrating factor is both dependent on x and y. In the theory of the chapter, we had studied a method to find the integrating factors. However, those integrating factors would either be only dependent on x or only dependent on y. This integrating factor is both dependent on x and y. So, using that method we cannot calculate this integrating factor. However, since it has already been given in the question, we can of course multiply this f with the original ODE both sides to get a exact differential equation. So, we will multiply this f with the ODE and we will get y plus 1 whole into x to the power minus 4 multiplied by 3 whole into y plus 1 dx minus y plus 1 whole into x to the power minus 4 multiplied by 2x dy equal to 0. We have multiplied this form of the differential equation both sides with f. We will simplify this a little bit and we can write 3 x to the power minus 4 whole into y plus 1 whole square dx minus 2 x to the power minus 3 whole into y plus 1 dy equal to 0. Now, theoretically this should be a exact differential equation. We can check this of course. Let us take this equal to p and this equal to q. So, we have p equal to 3 x to the power minus 4 y plus 1 whole square and q equal to minus 2 x to the power minus 3 whole into y plus 1. Now, we will calculate del p by del y, which is equal to, we take these x terms constant and 3 x to the power minus 4 comes out of the derivative, and this y plus 1 whole square we can differentiate with chain rule, and this will be 2 multiplied by y plus 1, which we can simplify and we can write 6 x to the power minus 4 whole into y plus 1. This is del p by del y. Now, we will calculate del q by del x, that is partial differentiation of the second term with respect to x, and that will be, this y term will be constant and also this minus 2 term will be constant. So, this will be 2 whole into y plus 1, and we will take derivative of x to the power minus 3, which is minus 3 x to the power minus 3 minus 1, which is minus 4, and this can be simplified and written as 6 x to the power minus 4 whole into y plus 1. We see that these two terms are equal. That means del p by del y equal to del q by del x. That means now this differential equation, this one is a exact differential equation, which is exactly what we had expected, because we have already multiplied the integrating factor with the differential equation. Now we have to find a u such that del u by del x equal to p, which is equal to 3 x to the power minus 4 y plus 1 whole square, and that u, when we take its partial derivative with respect to y, will be equal to q, which is equal to minus 2 x to the power minus 3 y plus 1. You just have to remember the steps that we are taking, which is quite logical. You do not have to remember any formula. The process will be a little bit lengthy, but it will be intuitive and it will be easier to remember and it will be easier to understand also. Now, from here we can write u equal to integration of 3 x to the power minus 4 whole into y plus 1 whole square dx, but while integrating we will take y equal to constant while integrating plus k of y, because this is a partial derivative, that is why we are taking y equal to constant, and the constant of integration is k of y. Now, if y is a constant, this y plus 1 square term will come out of the integration, also the 3 term. So, we can write 3 whole into y plus 1 whole square, and we will take integration of x to the power minus 4 dx, and that will be x to the power minus 3 divided by minus 3 plus k of y. So, we can write u equal to this 3 term and minus 3 term, they cancel out, and this will be minus x to the power minus 3 whole into y plus 1 square plus k of y. Now, this is a provisional value of u. We can take its partial differentiation with respect to y, and we will write del u by del y equal to, this x term will be constant. So, this will be minus x to the power minus 3 multiplied by derivative of y plus 1 whole square by chain rule is 2 whole into y plus 1 plus dk by dy, because k is only a function of y. Now, this is equal to q. From here we can see del u by del y equal to q, which is equal to this one, that is minus 2 x to the power minus 3 whole into y plus 1. Now, this term and this term they cancel out, and we have dk by dy equal to 0, which implies k equal to a constant. Let us take C1. Now, we already have this provisional value of u, and we will replace k equal to C1 in place of k of y, and we have the final value of u, which is minus x to the power minus 3 whole into y plus 1 whole square plus a constant C1, and we know the solution is of the form u of x y equal to, let us take a constant C2, which implies minus x to the power minus 3 whole into y plus 1 whole square plus C1 equal to C2, and this can finally be written as x to the power minus 3 whole into y plus 1 whole square equal to constant. Let us take that as C, and this is the solution of the differential equation in implicit form. You can of course rearrange this equation and write this as y equal to f of x to express it in explicit form. Let us do that for this example. We can write y plus 1 whole square equal to c x to the power 3, which implies y equal to square root of c x to the power 3 minus 1, or this can be written as square root of c x to the power 3 by 2 minus 1. So, the explicit form of the solution is y equal to, let us take the square root of c as another constant, let us say c4 x to the power 3 by 2 minus 1, and this is the explicit form of the solution. Question 7. 2x tan y dx plus sec square y dy equal to 0. Here this first term 2x tan y is m and the second term sec square y is n. So, m equal to 2x tan y and n equal to sec square y. First we will check if the differential equation is exact or not. For that we will calculate del m by del y, which is equal to 2x sec square y, because this 2x term is constant for partial differentiation with respect to y, and derivative of tan y is sec square y. Similarly, we can calculate del n by del x, which is equal to 0, because for partial differentiation with respect to x we have to assume y equal to constant, and if y is equal to constant, then sec square y is also a constant and its derivative equal to 0. Now we see that del m by del y is not equal to del n by del x. These two are not equal. Therefore, the ODE is not exact. Not exact. Now, if the ODE is not exact, we will assume f of xy as the integrating factor if, and if f of xy is the integrating factor, then del by del y of fm should be equal to del by del x of fn, because if f is the integrating factor, when f is multiplied with this equation, which is in the form m dx plus n dy equal to 0, then multiplying f with this differential equation will reduce this non-exact differential equation into exact differential equation. This implies FYM plus MYF equal to FXN plus NXF. We got this by using the product rule of differentiation on both left hand side and right hand side of this equation. Now let us assume that the integrating factor f only depends on x, that is f equal to fx only depends on x. Then we can write fy equal to 0, or partial differentiation of the integrating factor f with respect to y would be equal to 0, and fx or partial differentiation of f with respect to x would be equal to f dash or normal differentiation of f with respect to x. So, this term fy becomes 0 and this fx can be written as f dash, and this whole equation becomes myf equal to f dash n plus nxf. This implies f dash n equal to f whole into my minus nx. We can rearrange this equation and write f dash by f equal to my minus nx divided by n, and this implies 1 by f dash can be written as df by dx, and this is equal to my, which is 2x x square y from here, that is del m by del y, 2x x square y minus nx, which is del n by del x equal to 0, divided by n, and we know n is x square y, so this is equal to 2x sec square y by sec square y, or equal to 2x. Now this equation is a separable type differential equation. We can take this dx to the right hand side and we can write df by f equal to 2x dx. Now integrate both sides. Left hand side equal to natural log of f, and right hand side equal to x square. We don't need to write the constant of integration for calculating integrating factors. So this implies f equal to e to the power x square, and this is the integrating factor for converting this equation into a exact differential equation. So now we have the original differential equation 2x tan y dx plus sec square y dy equal to 0. We can multiply both the left hand side and the right hand side of this equation by the integrating factor e to the power x square, and we can write e to the power x square whole into 2x tan y dx plus sec square y dy equal to 0, which implies 2x e to the power x square tan y dx plus e to the power x square sec square y dy equal to 0, and this is now an exact differential equation, exact DE. Now let us assume in this equation this first term is P and this second term is Q. We will calculate del P by del Y, which will be equal to, the x terms will be constant, so this will be 2x e to the power x square, and derivative of tan y will be sec square y, and if you calculate del q by del x, then that will be, here we will assume y equal to constant, so this will be sec square y, and derivative of e to the power x square is 2x e to the power x square. So we see that del p by del y equal to del q by del x. So now therefore the differential equation, this one is exact. Now all we have to do is find a u such that del u by del x equal to p, which is equal to 2x e to the power x square tan y, and for that same u del u by del y will be equal to q, which is equal to e to the power x square sec square y. Now we can use either this equation or this equation to find the provisional value of u and then the final value of u. Let us take the first equation. We have u equal to integration of 2x e to the power x square tan y dx plus kfy. This is from the first equation. Here we will assume y equal to constant, and from the second equation we can write u equal to integration of e to the power x square sec square y dy, and for this integration x equal to constant plus constant of integration L of x. You can see in the first equation, if we take y equal to constant, this tan y term comes out of the integration, and inside the integration is x e to the power x square, and we have to use substitution, that is x square equal to, let us say, t, to determine the first integral. However, for the second integral, since x is constant, this e to the power x square term comes to the outside, and integration of sec square y dy is directly tan y. So calculating the second integral is a little bit easier than the first integral, because for the first integral we have to do substitution. So we will take the second integral, and from here we can write u equal to e to the power x square integration of sec square y dy is tan y plus L of x, and this is the provisional value of u, because we have not calculated L of x yet. For calculating L of x, now we will differentiate this u with respect to x. So we will calculate del u by del x, which will be equal to del by del x of this term. For that, y will be considered as a constant, so this will be tan y derivative of e to the power x square, which is 2x e to the power x square, plus partial differentiation of L with respect to x, which will be equal to normal differentiation of L with respect to x, because L is a function of x only, and we know that this del u by del x equal to p. So this is equal to p, which is equal to 2x e to the power x square tan y. We see that this term and this term are equal, which implies dl by dx equal to 0, which implies the function L of x equal to constant. Let us take C1. Now from this provisional value of u, we will substitute L of x equal to C1, and we will get the final value of u, which will be equal to e to the power x square tan y plus C1, and we have the solution, which is u equal to constant, which implies e to the power x square tan y equal to constant, and this is the implicit form of the final solution. Question 8. E to the power x whole into cos y dx minus sin y dy equal to 0. We can rewrite this equation as e to the power x cos y dx minus e to the power x sin y dy equal to 0. Here this first term e to the power x cos y is m, and this term minus e to the power x sin y is n. So we have m equal to e to the power x cos y and n equal to minus e to the power x sin y. So now we will calculate del m by del y, which will be equal to derivative of this function. We will take x equal to constant, so e to the power x comes out of the derivative, and derivative of cos y with respect to y is minus sin y. So this is equal to minus e to the power x sin y. And now we will calculate del n by del x, and this is equal to, this sin y term is a constant, so we will write minus sin y, and e to the power x, its derivative will be e to the power x. So this is equal to minus e to the power x sin y. So we see that del m by del y is equal to del n by del x. Therefore, the given ODE is exact. Now we have to find a u such that del u by del x equal to m, which is equal to e to the power x cos y, and for the same value of u, del u by del y will be equal to n, which is equal to minus e to the power x sin y. From the first equation we can write u equal to integration of e to the power x cos y dx, assuming y equal to constant, plus k of y. This implies, if we assume y equal to constant, this cos y term comes out of the integration, and we have u equal to cos y integration of e to the power x dx, which is e to the power x plus k of y. Now we have the provisional value of u, and we can take this u and calculate del u by del y, which will be equal to, this e to the power x comes out of the derivative, and we have e to the power x derivative of cos y, which is minus sin y plus dk by dy, because k is a function of y, and partial derivative of k with respect to y equal to normal derivative of k with respect to y, and this del u by del y is equal to n, which is equal to minus e to the power x sin y from here. Now from here we can write minus e to the power x sin y plus dk by dy equal to minus e to the power x sin y. This term and this term are equal, which implies dk by dy equal to 0, which implies k equal to a constant, let us say C1. Now we will substitute this value of k in this equation, and we will write the final value of u equal to cos y e to the power x plus C1, and we know from theory that the solution will be of the form u equal to constant, which implies cos y e to the power x plus C1 equal to, let us say, constant C2, which implies the final solution is cos y e to the power x equal to, and this is the solution of the ODE given in the question in implicit form. that is, this is the implicit solution. Question 9. E to the power 2x whole into 2 cos y dx minus sin y dy equal to 0, and the initial value condition has been given, which is y of 0 equal to 0, that is, at x equal to 0 the value of y equal to 0. So, first we will calculate the general solution and then we will use this initial value condition to find the particular solution of the differential equation. We can rewrite this differential equation as e to the power 2x 2 e to the power 2x cos y dx minus e to the power 2x sin y dy equal to 0. So, this first term is m and this second term is n. We have m equal to 2 e to the power 2x cos y and n equal to minus e to the power 2x sin y. So, first we will calculate del m by del y, which is equal to, we take x equal to constant. So, 2 e to the power 2x term comes out of the derivative, and derivative of cos y with respect to y is minus sin y. So, this is equal to minus 2 e to the power 2x sin y. Now, we will calculate del n by del x, which is equal to, sin y is a constant. So, this is equal to minus sin y multiplied by derivative of e to the power 2x with respect to x. So, that is 2 e to the power 2x, which can be written as minus 2 e to the power 2x sin y. We see that del m by del y is equal to del n by del x. So, that implies, therefore, ODE given in the question is exact. So, we have to find a u such that del u by del x equal to m, which is equal to 2 e to the power 2x cos y, and for the same value of u, del u by del y equal to minus e to the power 2x sin y. From here we can write u equal to integration of 2 e to the power 2x cos y dx, and for this integration we will take y equal to constant plus k of y, which implies, if y equal to constant, this cos y is also a constant. So, 2 cos y term comes out of the integration, and integration of e to the power 2x dx is 1 by 2 e to the power 2x plus the term k of y. This implies u equal to cos y e to the power 2x plus k of y. Now, this is the provisional value of u, because we do not know the value of k of y yet. Now, from here we can write del u by del y equal to partial derivative of this term with respect to y, for which we take e to the power 2x out of the derivative because it is a constant for partial derivatives with respect to y, and derivative of cos y with respect to y can be written as minus sin y plus dk by dy, and this right hand side can be written as minus sin y e to the power 2x plus dk by dy. We have del u by del y equal to n here from here. So, this is equal to n, which implies minus sin y e to the power 2x plus dk by dy equal to the value of n from here, which is equal to minus sin y e to the power 2x. This same term is in left and right hand side, so we can cancel that and write dk by dy equal to 0, which implies k equal to a constant, let us say C1, and this value of k we can substitute in this equation, which was the provisional equation for u, and we can write the final value of u, which is cos y e to the power 2x plus a constant C1. Now, we know that the solution will be of the form u of x y equal to constant, let us take C2, which implies we use this value of u and write cos y e to the power 2x plus C1 equal to C2, and the final solution is cos y e to the power 2x equal to a constant C, which is equal to C2 minus C1. So, this is the general solution of the differential equation in implicit form. Now, we have been given the initial value condition, that is y of 0 equal to 0. We can substitute that initial value condition in this general solution to find the value of c. So, we have the initial value condition y of 0 equal to 0. From the general solution we can write cos 0 e to the power 0 equal to c, which implies cos 0 is 1 and e to the power 0 is also 1. So, this implies c equal to 1, and we can rewrite this general solution as cos y e to the power 2x equal to 1, and this is the particular solution of the differential equation. However, the solution is in implicit form, and we can write it in explicit form by rearranging this equation and writing cos y equal to e to the power minus 2x, which implies y equal to cos inverse e to the power minus 2x, and this is the particular solution of the differential equation in explicit form. Question 10. The differential equation given is y dx plus y plus tan x plus y dy equal to 0, and the integrating factor has been given in the question, which is cos x plus y. You can see that the integrating factor depends both on x and y. That means we cannot find this integrating factor by using the methods given in the book. Using the method given in the book, we can find integrating factors which are only a function of x or a function of y, but here the integrating factor is a function of x and y both. That is why we cannot find this using the methods given in the book. Now, since the integrating factor has been given, that means the given differential equation is not exact. Let us take this first term as p and this second term as q. We have p equal to y and q equal to y plus tan x plus y. If we calculate del p by del y, that will be equal to 1, and if we calculate del q by del x, that will be equal to the partial derivative with respect to x of this first term will be 0, and for the second term we will assume this y as constant and we can write sec square x plus y. This we have found out by using chain rule. Now we can see that del p by del y is not equal to del q by del x. That means the ODE that has been given in the question is not exact. We have already expected this result because in the question the integrating factor has already been given. Let us take this integrating factor as f. Ordinary differential equation that has been given, which is of the form p dx plus q dy equal to 0. With this, when we multiply the f both sides, we get fp dx plus fq dy equal to 0. After multiplying the integrating factor, now this is a exact differential equation as per the definition of the integrating factor. So, let us multiply the integrating factor with the given ODE. We get cos x plus y multiplied by y dx plus y plus tan x plus y whole into cos x plus y dy equal to 0. This we get after multiplying the integrating factor. Now, for this ODE, now let us take this term equal to m and this term equal to n. First, we will check that the resulting ODE is exact. So, for this we can write del m by del y equal to del by del y of cos x plus y multiplied by y. For this, we know that we have to assume x as a constant. So, we will use the product rule of differentiation and we get y multiplied by derivative of cos y with respect to y, and that will be minus sin x plus y multiplied by the derivative of this inside term because of chain rule, which is 1, plus cos x plus y multiplied by derivative of y, which is 1. This can be written as cos x plus y minus y sin x plus y. Now, we will find out del n by del x, which is equal to del by del x of this n, which is y cos x plus y plus sin x plus y. We have multiplied this cos x plus y with y and we got y cos x plus y, and multiplied this cos x plus y with tan x plus y, which is sin x plus y. Now, for partial differentiation with respect to x, y is a constant. So, this y is a constant, we take it outside of the differentiation, and derivative of cos x plus y, where y is a constant, is minus sin x plus y multiplied by the derivative of x plus y, which is 1, plus derivative of sin x plus y is cos x plus y. This can be written as cos x plus y minus y sin x plus y. We see that del m by del y is equal to del n by del x, that is equal to del n by del x. Therefore, this differential equation ODE is now exact, which is exactly what we had expected, because we have already multiplied the integrating factor with the ODE. Now, we have to find a u such that del u by del x equal to m, where m is now y multiplied by cos x plus y. This is equal to y multiplied by cos x plus y, and for the same u, del u by del y equal to n, which is equal to this whole term that we got by multiplying this cos x plus y with y and cos x plus y with tan x plus y. So, we can write this directly here, which is y cos x plus y plus sin x plus y. We have to find a u x y such that this equation A and equation B gets satisfied. We can see here that using the equation A will be more easy, because for u we will write y cos x plus y dx, and y will be taken as a constant. So, y will go out of the integration and we have to integrate cos x plus y, where y will be a constant. But for the second term we have to integrate this whole term with y, and for this first term this is also a variable and this whole term is also a variable. So, we have to use integration by parts, which will be a little bit lengthy and more difficult. That is why we are going to use equation A. We can write u equal to integration of y multiplied by cos x plus y plus k of y, which acts as the integration constant, where y equal to constant for this integration. You have to remember that in this step we have two options, either to use this first equation or this second equation. You always have to inspect the equations and think which equation is easier to solve and go ahead with that equation. If you just go ahead with the first equation, and if you find it difficult to solve and then go ahead with the second equation, then you are going to lose a lot of time. So, first look at the equations, think which would be easier to solve, and then go ahead with that equation. The right hand side we can write, since y is a constant, y gets out, and it will be integration of cos x plus y, I am sorry, there would be a dx here, dx plus k of y. For integrating this, let us take this inside term equal to t, let us substitute x plus y equal to t, that implies dt equal to dx, because for this integration y acts as a constant, so its derivative will be 0. So, dt equal to dx. So, now we can write this as u equal to y integration cos x plus y is cos t plus dx is dt plus k of y. The integration of cos t is sin t. So, this is equal to y sin t plus k of y, and we substitute x plus y in place of t and get y sin x plus y plus a function k of y. Now, we have got the provisional equation for u, that is u equal to y sin x plus y plus k of y. Now, as we have done in the previous problems, we will partially differentiate u with respect to y, and we get del by del y of y sin x plus y plus the second term will be dk by dy. So, now for this x is a constant and we have to use product rule of differentiation. We write y cos x plus y plus sin x plus y multiplied by derivative of y is 1, this plus dk by dy. So, we found the value of del u by del y, and we know this is equal to n from here. So, we can now write the value of n here. So, the value of n is y cos x plus y plus sin x plus y. We can see that these two terms are same in the left and right hand side, and which implies dk by dy equal to 0, which implies k equal to constant. Let us take C1 as the constant. So, now we have the final value of u, which is u equal to, from here we can write y sin x plus y plus k of y is just a constant. Let us take C1, and we know that the solution will be of the form u equal to constant. Let us take this as C2, and we have already got the value of u. So, by algebraic manipulation we can write y sin x plus y equal to constant, and this is the solution of the ODE given in the question, and this is the implicit form of the solution. You can see that it is impossible to find the explicit form of the solution from this equation, because we cannot express this as y equal to f x.